You know, I wasn't even planning on making this video, but when a bigger channel steals your animation frame for frame, refuses to credit you, strikes your channel out of spite, and then quietly uploads the stolen videos across like 5 different backup accounts, all while their fans shrug and say, relax, that's just how internet works. That's when I realized that this isn't just about me anymore. This is a story about how content farms are slowly killing original animators and what that means for the future of online animation. 2 months ago, I posted this on my socials, and it took me an entire week to make. Writing the script, voice acting, sound editing, storyboarding, animating, playing League of Legends, compositing, adding captions. Whew, it's a lot, but it was a labor of love, and I loved every single second of it. And sure, this isn't the fastest way to chase views, but that's how I like my animations. Original and handcrafted. Meanwhile, there's this guy and his outsourced goons who literally sort videos by view count every week and pump out carbon copy shorts without crediting anyone or sharing a single penny of revenue. Well, how do you know they steal content? Bro, everyone knows. Go to Country Ball subreddit and you will find out that this guy is already notorious for stealing and regurgitating other people's work. So, when a follower notified me that Stage Human stole my animation, I was furious because I knew the lack of credit wasn't by an accident, but rather intentional. So, being the cool, calm, collected person that I am, I DM'd him privately asking for credit. And I also called him out publicly, putting his version next to mine to show how he traced the structure and just swapped the characters and art style. Little petty, but I had to do it to them. Then, instead of apologizing or crediting me, he just laughs and goes, "Can we be friends?" At that point, I snapped. Not gonna lie, I went off. Cause excuse me? This is the part where you apologize and not act like some toxic ex after a breakup. The fuck you mean, can we be friends? You can pause and read the screenshots if you want, but basically I told him, pay up for the money you made off my work. You know this is wrong. Apologize and make it right, or else I'm coming for you. Could I have sounded more calm and professional? Sure. Would it have changed anything with this guy? Absolutely not. And you'll see why. Because instead of taking accountability, he laughed it off again and said he didn't steal anything because he remade the visuals. So I said, okay, I'll expose your ass. And he just replied, good luck, with a side of laughing emoji. At this point, I realized there was no talking sense into this guy. So I did the only thing that I could do, which was filing a copyright strike on his video. And guess what he did? He counterstruck it, claimed the animation was his original work. Huh, at first, I didn't panic. I figured, okay, this is kind of annoying, but I'll just respond to his counter. That's how this works, right? And then the whole situation flipped on its head. I found out that in order to respond to a counterstrike, you don't just click a button, you actually have to take the other person to court. And that's when the real plot twist hits. Stage Human lives in Russia, which leads to the part nobody tells you. If the person stealing your work lives in a country the US has no legal cooperation with, in this case like Russia, you legally cannot serve them court papers. Meaning, I can call out the theft, show proof, do everything right, but if the guy lives in Russia, one counterstrike nukes my entire case. One click and boom, there's nothing I can do. Wow, thanks Obama. And Stage Human, he knows his loophole inside out, and he milks it every single day. His entire slap empire is built on stolen ideas. So yeah, now it makes sense why he acted so untouchable. He knew I couldn't do anything. Legally, every time he steals from me, I'm left with 0 options. Quite literally nothing. Then, as if stealing wasn't enough, this dude somehow levels up his own shit Sunday by striking my channel. Like, hello? The audacity? The fucking nerve? So yeah, when confronted, he refused to take accountability, he didn't apologize, he just went full gremlin mode and retaliated against my channel instead. And as if his shit Sunday wasn't stinky enough, he simply re-uploaded the stolen video on all his other channels. So that's been the biggest argument from his fanbase. They're saying that it's not stolen since the visuals are different. According to them, they're just inspired or following a trend. Okay, let me explain to you why it's indeed stolen. It's stolen because the idea and the script are literally 70% of the work. That's the part that takes the longest and actually requires a brain. That's the soul of the whole video. Writing the script, editing the script to make it punchy, storyboarding, and timing the animatic, that's the stuff I bleed over. And that's exactly what Stage Human stole. Not the final rendering, but the soul of the whole video. Sure, I could pump out more animation too if I spent zero time thinking and just stole ideas like he does, but hey, screw me for having morals, right? And I'm not gonna lie, staying original comes with the price. Animation drains time and money like crazy, so I work restaurant shifts on the side just to keep this dream alive. Look at me, I'm getting bodied by sushi chefs just to afford another week of animating. And you know what? I'm not the only one living like this. So many talented artists I know are still clocking in at day jobs because they believe in making something genuine. They clock in because they believe in taking the time to create their original work instead of copy-pasting someone else's creativity for clicks. Meanwhile, you've got diffs like him who copy ideas, outsource everything, and churn out stolen contents on an assembly line. And guess who YouTube rewards? Seeing how this dude climbed to 5 million subscribers in less than 2 years? I think that answers our question. Honestly, I was furious at first, but eventually my anger cooled and I was this close to letting it go. Because realistically, it's not like he stole $10,000 from me, you know? It's just a single video and I also just wanted to move on and make another video. But then I saw the comment section. When I called him out for stealing my work, I was not ready for how many people were completely indifferent or even arguing that what he did wasn't real theft. Some people said, this is just how the internet works. Some said the stolen version looked better anyway. And some hit me with the classic, you can't own an idea online. And that's when it hit me. I can't let this slide. Because letting this slide doesn't just affect me. It affects all creatives. And the part that really pissed me off, when I confronted him, he laughed. He literally laughed, like my work meant nothing. And here's the part that should terrify you too. This could happen to you as well. Imagine putting your heart into something, your script, your design, your timing, your creativity, and a bigger channel steals it, re-uploads it across 5 different accounts, gains money, gains followers, and when you confront them about it, they laugh. And the worst part, there's a whole new generation of viewers who simply don't even care anymore. There's a whole new generation that's been completely desensitized to blatant theft. They've grown up on reposted TikToks, AI slop, stolen memes, trace animations, and compilation channels that recycle the internet's leftovers. So when you call out theft, they shrug. They say, who cares? They say, it looks better anyway. They say, come on, ideas aren't real online. And that's when I realized that this isn't just a content farm problem. This is a culture problem. Because if people don't care about original work, then originality dies. Creators who play fair, who write real scripts, storyboard, animate, voice act, edit, and actually put in the work, we get pushed out, choked, drowned under a tidal wave of AI slop, cheap outsourced animation, trace formats, recycle ideas, algorithm optimized garbage, and channels like Stateshuman who exploit every loophole they can find. So when people ask me, why are you so butthurt? It's just one video. Here's the truth. This is bigger than me. This is about standing up to exploiters. This is about telling content farms that smaller creators are not doormats. This is about protecting originality before it gets swallowed by a wave of AI slop and stolen ideas. Because if creators like Stateshuman become the norm, we're all screwed. And what type of example are we setting for the future generation? If you want to help fix this problem, not just for me, but for every original creator out there, the first thing you can do is spread awareness. Share this video on TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, Discord, anywhere people still care about creativity. And if you want to take it a step further, go to Stateshuman's channel and report it for repetitive content or reused content. And let me make this really clear. We're not witch hunting. We're not here to mob anyone or to start a harassment campaign. We're simply reporting a pattern of behavior that harms creators. Because if we don't protect ourselves, nobody else will. But here is the bigger issue. We have to start caring about where our content comes from. Again, we have to start caring about where our content comes from. There is an entire new generation of viewers who've become completely numb to theft. They grew up on reposted TikTok, stolen memes, slop, and lazy compilations that they just see stolen content and they just shrug. They don't give a shit. They don't check the source, they don't care who the original creator is, and honestly, they don't even think it matters. But here's the truth. Every time you indulge stolen content, you're actively making an original creator's life harder. You're rewarding thieves, you're punishing artists, and you're actively reinforcing a system where originality loses and slop wins. And this doesn't have to continue. You can actively make a difference with small daily actions, such as pressing not interested on stolen videos, reporting channels that spam, reuse content, or farm trends, supporting real animators, engaging with their post, letting the algorithm know that they matter, and actually giving a shit about the source. They might not seem like a lot, but these small choices go a long way. We can shift the platform. We can push out slop. We can protect originality if we do it together. And honestly, I don't want this video just to be a rant. I want this to be a movement. I want this to be the moment where creators finally stand up for themselves and say, enough is enough. Because I know I'm not the only one this has happened to. I've seen so many creators stay silent because they don't want to cause drama. But this isn't drama. This is defending your work. This is fighting for creativity, originality, for authenticity. This is fighting for the value of art itself. If we stand together, we can hold these thieves accountable. We can change the culture on YouTube. We can make it a platform where originality is respected instead of stomped out. This is the beginning of something bigger. The start of an era where creators protect each other, where thieves don't get to laugh in our faces, and where every artist is allowed to take pride in what they create without the fear of being swallowed by content farms and AI slop. Thank you all for watching my video, and thank you all for standing up for smaller creators as well. Together, we'll build the internet that we want. Don't let them step over you. Be the consequence. I'll talk to you guys next time.